It's time. You're listening to Nebraska's #1 podcast, The Shedcast. The Shedcast. Where we take shit talking to a whole new level. If it's sports, music, or live interviews, we got you covered. Now, here's your host, Harvey.
Wow. Welcome back. We turned down some stuff here. Holy shit. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Gotta get used to this. Holy crap. Revo's back in the house.
What up?
And then we got Josh back. Welcome back,
What's up?
Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. You know, we're back to doing live. This is pretty fun. We're over on Kick. We're over on YouTube. We're on Facebook and Twitch all at the same time.
Technology.
This is pretty crazy.
This is the most people that have ever seen me.
Right? Isn't that crazy? All right. Well, I can get this to move up here. We're solid. All right. You know what's been crazy?
That I haven't been here in 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But what's going on in this world, man? I think last time we talked conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we only like barely dipped our toe. Then we got super off on a bunch of shit that was not even the intended thing, but it was like current conspiracies that aren't even like the stock conspiracies everyone's used to.
People were mad.
Were they?
Yeah.
I didn't even talk to you about the response to any of that. But
Yeah, so we got banned on TikTok.
we said,
Shocker.
we said some
Yeah.
things.
And we tried to avoid them.
I know.
I tried to avoid. I mean, we all tried to avoid it, but there's nothing you can do.
We did have a moment for religion, and I thought for sure that's
That's
the
right.
TikTok.
That's what did it.
That's the
swear to
singer.
God,
Somebody
it
might
did.
have said God on there, or at least like Yahweh or something.
I said something. I know I said something that really pissed somebody off, and I think we're about to piss some people off today too. Because
Ugh.
I mean, I'm not gonna get pissed, but
Don't be upset at us, people. We're just talking. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal.
that's how I feel. But yeah. So welcome in everyone from Facebook. Welcome in from Twitch. Welcome in from YouTube and Kick. First time streaming on Kick, so that's kind of cool. It's weird. I don't even know.
I don't even know what that app is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know what that is.
So like Kick's taking over right now. They're taking over Twitch. There's a lot of big streamers that are switching over.
We're jumping ship.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Mixer back in the day. Mixer before
I remember
Twitch, it
Mixer,
was like
yeah.
a back and forth thing, and then I think Twitch kind of bought Mixer, or Mixer just kind of disappeared. Well, Kick's back.
That's
Kick's starting out pretty
Now
strong.
we're going to bring back MySpace.
oh, dude, we got in MySpace last time. We were talking about Tom being everybody's homie.
Tom
yeah.
was the
This
real
is
MVP.
this is gonna be a theme now. Anytime I'm around, we got to bring up MySpace.
MySpace. Your
Yeah.
top 8 friends.
I'm there. I just loved having to put it out in public who your most mains were. Like
Right.
just let them know.
Yeah.
I'm locking you in. I'm locking you in number 8.
You're locked in. I better be in yours or I'm removing you.
Oh, dude, come on.
I got removed a lot.
They were
Yeah.
like, Tyler's out.
Tyler's gone. He's too weird.
You know, it was a battle back then. People were fucking straight assholes.
Well, it started with like top 8 or whatever. Then it just kept multiplying.
You could have added as many. I think they had the section where you could add more.
Yeah.
I just always left it at 8. I'm like, you know what? I only think I like 7 friends. So
Well,
I think it was easy for me to pick. It's just the order you put them in. You're like, shit. What do you mean I'm
if
number
you
7?
if
Yeah.
you remember, you could go back and edit through there, and you can actually like code where you could have like 30 top friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It started originally with 8, but then
Yeah.
it
was
kept going up.
I just think it should be mandatory. Everybody has a theme song. Like you get on their MySpace and they instantly have a song. You're like, that's the song. Like you kind of get to know them.
Come my wrist and black my eyes. That
Oh
was
shit,
mine.
dude! Dang,
Wow, taking it back.
I love it.
I had a few of them. I had little Wheezy here and there. And speaking of Wheezy, he is here in concert tonight.
Dang,
In
dude.
Baxter
Easy F,
Arena.
baby.
Shouts out.
That's where
That's where
Tello's
our
at.
Friend Tello's at.
He's at Lil Wayne. I'm not I mean, I like Lil Wayne, but I
don't know if I like him enough to see him in concert.
Dude, I'm going to see Lil Wayne.
would see him in concert, but
Uh-huh.
it's just not Baxter Arena.
Nah.
Yeah, man, it's a small venue. It's super fun. I mean, if you really did want to see Wheezy, that's the place to see him.
Yeah,
I
I want to see
think-
something
I like
bigger
seeing-
just because I'm not on top of people. I feel like I'm going to be on top of people at Baxter. Baxter
mean,
Arena is small.
Yeah, it is small, and there's definitely like you kind of stack up in there. I mean, great venue for watching hockey. You guys ever go check out that hockey?
Hockey
UNO?
games are good
Hockey
there.
games are fun.
Gotta go see UNO. Shouts out the some excellent Frozen Four contenders every year.
Yeah, they're pretty
It's
impressive.
a great team.
We were watching UNO basketball too with Creighton, and Creighton made it to they made it to Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Elite Eight, yeah.
They lost in 8, yeah.
They got barely. It was a bad call, but
Yeah, a lot of people were mad about that. We can get into that controversy real
Yeah.
quick. 'Cause people were pissed. They were like, the refs were out here,
it was that last final call was a bad call.
especially since they haven't called it like that the whole game.
Not at all. And it should have gave the opportunity for Creighton to have the ball to get that
was
chance.
it their time still left on the clock?
Yeah,
or
but
something?
but they said something.
I didn't watch it, so don't be mad.
I don't know if this is the same game. Well, there's another game that someone threw it, and I don't think it was the same game. There's another game that was bad reffing calls, but he chucked the ball from all the way from the other side of the court to get it in as close as he could to the basket. And what it did was it was pushed up and then it hit the ground out of bounds, but then the time still ran off and expired.
Oh, they didn't stop the clock?
It came all the way back to where someone literally took out a stopwatch and hit it to time it. And the guy was like, you literally can't use a stopwatch. That's the reason why we have these clocks. That's why we have instant replays, because your thumb stops slower or sooner than what clock, So
Yeah.
they went back at the tape. Technically, there was 0.8 seconds still left that
Yeah.
you can make a play on. And
Well,
they,
you can inbound it. Yeah.
they
Let the
didn't-
ball go.
they didn't want it. They called the game. So it screwed a lot of people. It was kind of
A
depressing.
lot of
but-
angry people.
Yeah. But speaking of, it's MLB opening day. And the Cubs absolutely fucking suck.
I will hurt you right now
Jeez.
in front
Kansas
of all
City.
these people watching.
Kansas City is the team to beat.
What's their
this
record
year.
right now?
7-3.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it pulled up right here.
7-3.
I did have it pulled up.
We're the
Think-
best.
think you guys have a losing record right
The
now?
best in the Midwest. And just how we do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Casey is 2-6.
That was close.
Wow.
That was close.
Last in their division.
I mean, it's just first few games. We got 90 something more. Yeah,
90 something
90
more?
something.
Are you sure?
162 games.
Yeah, there's a
I-
100.
but for me to 90 something, if we can win 90 something games, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's 90
be
something games
impressive.
left to win.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of baseball
There's a lot of
left,
baseball left.
For sure.
It just started.
Not
No.
even worth watching.
Whoa. Whoa.
And that's where I'm at. Just turn that shit off until July.
I mean, I think it's worth watching. I like to have it recorded and go to sleep to it.
That's the best thing to use it for.
Royals
We-
baseball would put me to sleep.
We can
Cubs
talk about
is
more important sporting events happening right now, like the Masters.
I watched
The
the
rain delay?
Masters. It actually delayed, till tomorrow now.
It's just out here a very entertaining golf tournament.
Did you see Roy McIlroy is
Rory cut. Yeah, cut. Didn't make the weekend. 5
Yeah.
over.
That's insane. Tiger made it.
Well, everyone's always rooting for the big cat.
Tiger was 2 over, wasn't he?
I think so.
He was starting today as 2
I'm
over.
going to let everyone here know I worked like 13 hours today, so
Oh,
I
well,
didn't participate in anything having to do with anything. My phone has 91% battery.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's what
impressive.
I've done today. So
That's impressive.
Man, I drove all the way back from KC, so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
down there checking out a Royals game. I know
Absolutely
you're a big fan.
not.
dropped off a car.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
We took the kids on spring break. They're on spring break this week.
Oh,
We
you go to
just
Great
went
Wolf
down-
Lodge?
No. We just went down there and hung out for a couple days. Went to Legoland, and
Ooh,
they have a sea life down there.
Legoland. Legoland is sweet.
Jenna Dirt loved Legoland. She's the highlight of her weekend right
Oh,
there.
I'm sure. That would have been a highlight of my weekend.
The other kids were like, this is lame.
Heck no.
Dang.
That would have been cool as hell. I didn't know they had Legoland there.
Yep, they do. It's right next to the Sea Life Aquarium.
That's Kansas City is the first place I ever went to the BK Lounge.
I just go there and eat barbecue and watch sports.
Did you know that BK Lounge is a real thing? Like
No.
Dane Cook used to make fun of it on his stand-up comedy. He's like, "Yeah, we're going to the BK Lounge." It's a real
Mhm.
place, Kansas City. It's BK Lounge. It's called BK Lounge, and they serve alcohol.
It's like Burger King?
It's Burger King that serves alcohol. It's a Burger King bar.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
It's pretty BK Lounge.
Dude,
It's pretty sick. I mean,
I did never even heard of that until just now.
I would just go there, just get my
neither.
Whopper, and then I have my wife just do whatever she wants to drink. I don't
Get sauced up.
Why not?
Can I get some
Have it your
zesty
way.
sauce on the side, please?
Yeah.
You know what I want to say about Burger King? They need to send everybody that works for that place to fucking Chick-fil-A school.
Oh yeah.
Literally the worst fucking service ever.
You know,
It's
I
gone
think
downhill a lot.
it definitely depends on the one you go to.
I mean, everyone I go to is slightly in the hood because that's where I'm frequenting.
Yeah.
And I'm not very excited about what happens when I'm there. But that's not a very good reflection because the Arby's over in my neighborhood, which is right
every time.
fire.
Every time.
Just fire.
Because I know that spot.
It is.
That was my spot.
It's slamming.
I feel like every Burger King I've ever gone to has just been.
Dude, Burger King and Wendy's is like a shadow of the shell of what they were in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wendy's, when Dave was around, was good.
Yeah, man.
Good old Dave Thomas.
Now you're just out here bummed out every time you go to Wendy's. It's 47 minutes in the drive-through line. And
I'm not bummed because all I have to do is buy a small fry and I get a free Frosty for the whole year of 2023.
Did you buy the thingy?
No, we got it gifted to us.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Guess where we're going after this?
We're all hitting up Frosties.
Sarah's dad's friend is he owns a couple of them in Arizona.
Dang.
So he's like, "Here, take this." I'm like, yeah, baby, I love my Frosties.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's
The
facts.
connections for Frosties is a good connection to have.
It is because on a hot, nice day, you take your fry, dip it in your Frosty, and eat it. And that's like the golden. That's like the golden thing right there.
Have you ever dipped your nugget in a Frosty?
Ooh.
I have definitely done that.
I feel like I can taste that right now. The crunch of the nugget with the,
It's fire.
oh,
100% fire.
I gotta
He's
try
bringing.
that.
Yeah, otherwise my trips to Kansas City are just, and we're back on Kansas City. My trips to Kansas City are just barbecue. So we're going to, let everyone know if you're going to Kansas City, there's all these great places to go. My personal favorite is Slaps.
Never been there.
It's great.
Barbecue?
Yeah, it's like my favorite barbecue in Kansas City, and that's a barbecue town.
Yeah.
It is
I
known
mean,
for its
Joe's
barbecue.
KC's fantastic. It's in a gas station. It's awesome.
Yep.
Love it. Really good. Slaps just a little
Slaps.
I gotta,
It does slap.
I gotta take you down to New Orleans and let you try Slap Your Mama barbecue.
I haven't been to New Orleans since 2004. Isn't
Actually,
that
it's
crazy?
not even in New Orleans. It's in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Oh man,
But it has a big giant hog at the front of it, and it's called Slap Your Mama's, and that is the best barbecue I ever had.
yeah, man.
Brisket was on point, and it's hard to mess up. I mean, I guess no, it's easy to
not
mess
hard.
up a good brisket, but
But it's really easy to mess up a brisket. I've cooked a lot of barbecue, and I've messed them up plenty of times. They're still edible, and you can make
Yeah,
a sandwich
no,
out of
yeah.
them, whatever. But it's nothing I'm gonna like. I'm not putting a picture.
Brag
on
about
Instagram.
it.
Yeah, I'm not like snapping it. Going. What's
Sarah smoked some good ribs the other day, and they were too spicy for everyone, so I'm the only one that got to eat them.
Dang, dude,
I
that
wasn't
Traeger.
tripping.
That Traeger's handling business. I need to get in that.
It is something's wrong with it though.
Why?
It's like it starts to smoke, and then it I don't know, it stops and doesn't even heat up anymore, and then you have to go through and clean out all the little pieces, and then it starts heating up again, and you're good to go, and then it just stops. So you have
Send it
to, like,
back.
Oh,
It's
can't really
effective.
send it back. We got it off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh man, every time we got to touch on how you guys are addicted to Facebook Marketplace.
I am. I've gotten a lot of things off Facebook Marketplace, and I'm not tripping about it because
I'm-
I got a nice table over there off Facebook Marketplace that lifts up, and then got this nice little table right here. I got some things. All these
Yeah, there's
chairs.
nice stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
These chairs came from Facebook Marketplace.
That's the only thing that almost woos me back in having a Facebook. Haven't had a Facebook in let me see, we're at year 14 now.
Yeah, it's impressive, huh?
So I do wish I could check out Marketplace daily because I'm a big fan of a bargain.
You need to do is just create a profile with don't add anything to it.
Yeah, don't add anything.
Don't add anybody.
You guys already know, dude. That stuff socially, it's engineered to wreck your brain. There's no way that I could not do the drug of Facebook.
I would easily not be friending anybody and just
Yeah,
there
I think
specifically
so.
for
Use
Marketplace.
it. Put like a fake name so nobody can search your name.
I think
on there.
so. And then like my wife would do something. She'd like send me a thing, like a post, so I could see. Because she's I wish you had Facebook. I would send you this thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, then she'd send me a thing. Then I'd go down some rabbit hole, and it'd be
But can't
some.
she send it to you over Instagram? You can still see
She
it.
sends me. I don't know if she. I think she can send it to me on Instagram. I think she does sometimes, but I don't
It'll
know.
take you to Facebook.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can see the post, but it'll make
Sometimes,
you sign
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta have Facebook to see this. I'm like, damn, that sucks.
in.
Show me
but-
when I get home.
Because yeah, I know. I make her show me because I'm not trying to see it. I'm not gonna have Facebook, man. It's too much for me. There's just too much. Like, I like my friends, and I don't like to know exactly what they actually think. Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes what they think is just like, damn, man, I wish I didn't know that.
The only thing I really use it for is my kids, update my photos of my kids, and just share stupid shit that I think
use
is
it
funny.
to share stupid shit and go to censor book jail
Yeah,
I think
he's
I
been in
think it
Facebook jail
a lot.
I think it goes
More
both
like
ways. Like I'm not like a person who likes to share exactly what I think anyway. I'm not, that's why I think I'm probably bad for a podcast, but
Nah.
I don't want to like be out here and just like put it all out there. Like, oh, this is really what I think. I'd rather ride kind of both sides and be a little bit of the devil's advocate, because I think that's kind of where I actually am on most things. Like, I just, I'm probably wrong. You're probably wrong. We're all probably wrong. It's probably some weird thing.
The luxury of everybody having their own opinion.
That's right.
Well, speaking of own opinions, I got on and Facebook and sharing, and you share me a reel, Josh, on Instagram, of a power lifter from Canada.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah.
So this power lifter from Canada entered a women's powerlifting event.
It's illegal in Canada to discriminate against
You
gender.
cannot discriminate against gender in
You
Canada.
cannot?
It is illegal
Like,
to do so.
You can't. I mean, even if you're just like, no, you can't lift here because, like, okay. So the backstory is this gentleman, because it's true, he was just basically doing it in protest. He's
a man.
a man, and he entered a women's powerlifting competition, and
Smoked him.
nobody could tell him no. Nobody could tell him no. They're like, okay, and he set some records.
And there were some upset people.
Yeah,
There's,
the old record holder.
The old record holder is a transgender. It was a male to female, and she was mad and upset and said it wasn't fair.
Yeah. You can't even write it. That's the 2023 story.
So he said there's a lot of he had a good word. He said there's a lot of brain something going on right there.
Brain gymnastics.
Brain gymnastics
Yeah.
going on.
A lot of
literally.
mental gymnastics to make that one happen, which
That's not fair.
I saw it and laughed, and I was like, what? Obviously, people are gonna be mad because it's like, okay, you're making jokes about this and that.
I'm not making.
No one's making a joke.
No.
It's a real thing that happened, and we're all just like, well, shit. This guy did a thing in a protest that's kind of like what the argument is over.
Yeah.
Especially anybody that has a daughter that competes.
He made his point.
He made his point. I'm with it.
I mean, that's the thing that everyone has to understand. If you're gonna do transgender sports, which is fine. Like if you're a man and you're gonna switch, you're in the middle of transition and you're gonna go play female sports, okay, you still got that testosterone levels unless you're not fully transitioned. Some can just identify.
Even if you're fully I don't even know if you're fully. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not a doctor.
No,
but
it's a hard topic to get
bone
into.
density, male to female, like all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
Like big differences biologically.
I think I was having a conversation on midst of like, okay, I'm totally for it if they're on the process or they're like they're taking the stuff to transition, like their
Right.
hormones and all that stuff, the estrogen, all that. But then again, or they just create sports that transgenders participate their own.
Right.
And
kinda
I just
thing.
really just feel
I'm
like
just trying to make it fair for everyone else because they're gonna
Make
get
it fair across the board.
either
yeah.
way they're gonna get discriminated on because they're one way or the other. That's the thing.
well, discriminated or like that you have to segregate that population to do a competition. I mean, I think it was like what's the fastest woman in the world's name?
Oh.
Candace. Isn't her name Candace? Anyway, she was on Joe Rogan a couple years ago, and I remember.
Let's Google her.
Yeah, Google her for me. The fastest. If she holds the world record for like the 100-meter and all that stuff. She's like the fastest woman in the world, and she was saying some interesting things about this because she's anti-transgendered women competing in women's sports.
Okay.
And
Her name is Jessie Combs.
Jessie,
Wait.
that doesn't sound like
That's
no.
what it
That's
says at the
Jessie
top.
Combs is the fastest woman in the world as far as land speed record in a car. She also
Oh,
died.
you're right.
She also
Just
died.
died.
Rest in peace, Jessie. You were great. We loved you on Truckin'.
Trucking.
Yeah, she was on there.
That's right. Dang.
Yeah, dude, I brought that one out of nowhere. He didn't even know. He was, I was
He
ready for
wasn't
that piece of
ready for that
information.
But
So she was saying that when you look at records and the speed, it was something insane. Like the majority of high school male, like records, sprint records, were faster than the women's world record, like state record.
Yeah, and that was the same way when I was growing up too in high school.
I mean, she's just saying like she is the fastest woman in the world, and a 18-year-old male from Connecticut would be faster than her.
Yeah,
Wild.
it's crazy.
Wild.
But that's and I understand it from her perspective because she's a competing athlete.
But I might be remembering that incorrectly, so I'm just whatever. Nobody be pissed at me, but I'm pretty
No,
sure she
but
said some weird shit like that. Like,
No, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying. Just what I think people have to understand too is that there's people in that industry or in the sports that simply, like her for example, she's pissed that you can even allow a male that's in, even if it's in the middle of transition, he's still a male currently until I think fully
Transitions.
by the books. I think that's how how they consider it. But I mean, like, you can identify as whatever you want. I don't care. Whatever you can identify and going through it, but I think what they think is what it is not fair because they're not, for in her case he's not a woman yet, is what she looks at it. So it's not fair for her as an athlete. But this guy just said, and in protest, just said, "Screw it! I'm gonna break some records because I identify, and it's all his right."
Right up there in Canada.
Well, I mean, it's his technically he can probably do it in the U. I mean, he can do it in the U.S. Can he?
No, it's like I'm pretty sure it's just a Canadian that it worked because it was Canada. I think the governing bodies have different testing or something like that for the United States or whatever.
Who was the girl that was a swimmer?
That was
It was a transition swimmer.
Yeah,
from a guy to a girl. Is that in Canada?
No, that was here.
Is that here?
That was
that's
here.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a college. It's college.
yeah,
So
that was a
colleges,
college one.
college have the same,
Yeah.
a different set of rules.
So, I wasn't sure if there was a.
Yeah,
wasn't
that
sure.
one. That
I
one
don't
was
know.
just recent too. That one was what
Last year?
the year before,
Yeah.
where he went from being like the number
176th fastest swimmer or something crazy.
for men, and then
Yeah.
came down and became the fastest.
Set the record.
Yeah, for women.
I don't know, man.
It's all weird. It's all strange, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm trying to figure it all out, and that's why I don't want to be on top of it, because I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't. You can identify as all you want. If you want to participate in sports, you want to be a male, want to go to a female, want to be in female sports, be in female sports. If you're
Well,
a
I'm
female,
just-
want to be in male sports,
I don't know.
give it a shot. But don't be mad if you get
could be,
outplayed.
yeah.
Well, I'm mad. I'm not mad about it, and I don't know that I even have an opinion, but I just think that if it's consistently, there's going to be a transgendered record holder for every female sport. I mean, that seems like less fair.
Yeah, no, that's what she was
I don't
pissed
know.
about.
That's just. I'm probably, I just don't think that it's something that it's not cool. I mean,
it's
not-
also fresh. They haven't really dived into it as much. They haven't really put it into thought. There's not anything really that they've done to figure out how is this going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think they really sat down and really think about that yet, especially for sports.
There was an MMA fighter a while ago that was a born male.
Was a Fallon Fox? Is
Yes,
that the name, Fallon Fox?
something Fox, and transitioned to be a woman MMA fighter and was
just
beaten
yeah,
ass until
Really?
like,
and then it
pretty-
came out that she was a transgender, and it sparked a big old outrage, and that was probably 10 years ago, give or take.
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
and now
five or
it's
five
let her-
becoming more common.
Did they let her fight? Keep
They were letting her fight women, and
Did
then it
I-
became a big old outrage.
Did a woman beat that ass yet?
No,
I think once they found out she was transgender, she just kind of faded away into the spotlight.
Damn,
Yeah, she was
I
like,
would have
"See ya."
loved to see some chick just fuck her up. That would have been dope.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like that seems like, especially when it comes to like bone density and I don't know. I'm definitely not saying that there's not there's lots of female athletes that would beat me at things,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that it's just like, if it's a man, it's whatever. But if it's a trained male in a sport that's been doing that sport for 15 years or whatever, and is mediocre at best in male competition, transitions, and then sets records, what does that do for the women who were the best?
Yeah.
What does that do for the women who were number one? What does that do for the women who are striving to be the greatest, that have worked and faced that competition? You know,
Are they number one anymore? I mean, are they going to stay number one, or are they going to allow
There'll be
them
like
to
an
beat that?
asterisk next to their name.
Right. That's a good question.
yeah, I mean, it just seems like you shut down the training, and then what? Women. So if we can do MMA, or we can do powerlifting, or we can do whatever, like what happens when it's wrestling? I don't know if you guys are familiar with. There's a movie out about what's that chick's name? Is it Helen? Chris Pratt just produced a movie about the women's wrestling
The
gold
wrestling
medalist.
one? Yeah.
Helen. I think it's called Helen Believe or something like
Now
that.
they got women's wrestling that's breaking wind
Taking
pretty,
off.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's taken off.
Yeah.
And they have solid. I mean, we have a big representation for Nebraska and Iowa too, which is even better. You don't get that too often, so that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm glad that they have, but there's a reason why, we have separated this from being co-ed to being gendered, because the level of competition, Title IX, everything else, that's just happens. And like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, when was the last time they put, like, think of like even sports that don't require like physicality.
Yo.
Golf. Did Annika Sorenstam ever just go and shitbag Phil Mickelson?
It's a negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm more on this side for the fact of, like, I want healthy competition.
Fair across all the
Healthy
the whole
competition for, like, anybody who wants to compete.
board. I think it needs to be fair across the board. If you're gonna do sports, it has to be fair across the board.
Nobody
That's
knows. Nobody knows how to do it. Nobody knows how to make it fair if you're gonna be scared to death of like being like, hey, you can't say it's not fair. We're in a political climate where you can't say it's not fair that this transgendered woman just ragdolled the greatest. Let's say it's wrestling, for instance, ragdolled the greatest college wrestler of all time and came out of nowhere because last year that person was male.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get it.
Probably going to piss a lot of people off with that whole
No,
segment
you're not
there, but
pi-
whatever.
I mean,
I'm not, because
I don't think so.
Because I'm not insensitive. If you're transgender, be transgender. Do your thing. I don't, I'm not having one way or the other about it. It just
when it comes down to sports, I think there's a little more they have to dive into to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be confusing. It's going to piss people off. It's not people like us, like the actual fans. It's going to piss players off.
Actual competitors.
And
Yeah.
it already has.
Right.
So
I mean, people are mad as hell at Barry Bonds for taking roids and hitting shitloads of home runs. Like, it's similar. It's a similar thing, like testosterone, like human growth hormone, all the things that are multiplied in male bodies.
I take tea, and I tell you, there's a big difference in how my lifting is and how I'm active now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, it does some things to your body. It's like crazy.
So I don't know. Same. It's just all those things that aren't exactly what you could say is like a cut and dry strength competition, or a cut and dry, like, oh, it's just bone density. It's just that. It's like the competition in most of these things. The best male cyclist is faster than the best female cyclist. The best,
Yep.
So I don't know. Just out there.
Well, it's not. That's a tough subject because no one really understands it, and no one's ever going to really understand it until it's spelled out for everyone to see.
Right.
It's always going to be tough.
While we're on the transgender topic, transition to Bud Light. That was a hot topic all week.
It's still a hot topic.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and Kid Rock's at the top of the level. He was the one that blew it up.
My name is Kid.
It wasn't a big deal until Kid
Until he
Rock
shot up the cans.
had a problem with it, and then
Well,
all of a
Kid
sudden,
Rock is just marketing the hell because Kid Rock has his own beer. Why not shit at Anheuser?
yeah, that's true.
Kid Rock's out here trying to sell you American badass lager.
You got to look at how much Anheuser, like how much they own, because they own a lot of beverages that you would never think that it was produced by them. There's a hefty list. If anybody wants,
Is it all beers and wines and
It's
liquors?
beers, wines, There's some energy drinks out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
They got their finger in everything.
They own O'Doyle's.
O'Doul's.
O'Doyle's.
And O'Doyle rules.
Yeah.
O'Doule has no alcohol.
Yeah,
Non-alcoholic beverages. But O'Doyle is just about ruling.
they own it.
That's I mean, I think there's a lot of
Their
NAs
name
out
on
there
them.
now. Yeah.
So,
Even Heineken came out with an NA for all you non-alcoholic drinking friends.
yeah, I
And
heard
enjoy
that the
Heineken.
Budweiser non-alcohol is pretty good.
I wouldn't know. Since
Wouldn't
I've
know.
never drank alcohol, I wouldn't go and just have a non-alcoholic version of an alcoholic drink. That seems like counterproductive.
Yeah, it's not.
You've never had alcohol?
Never. Not one time.
Never.
38. Did it.
Or drugs.
No drugs, no cigarettes, no marijuana.
I smoke so much weed.
Do you? Boo boo. Listen, and I want everyone here to understand this. It's not like I don't do it because I'm better than you. I don't do it because I'm sure it's addictive and awesome, and I'll love it.
No.
I'll love it.
Yeah.
You know how much? Listen, I kick ass at life. I've been killing life lately, and I was talking about Adderall the other day, and I'm like, man, you know what? I bet if I did Adderall, I would fucking crush even harder. But you know, it's not fair for me to participate with PEDs. It's not fair to my competition.
Yeah.
Because I'm here kicking ass, dude. I'm fucking on fire, man. So if I was on some PEDs like Adderall, it wouldn't be fair for my
Want to be
competition.
fair to them?
I'm just keeping it out here, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm living a life of honor.
He's been alcohol free for that long. I've been alcohol free for 6 to 7 months.
I think 7. Well, no. Well, yeah,
6
because
months.
you had like a drink, like. Well, no, because it was like
No.
November, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
November. No, we're in golf, so it's October.
I didn't drink in golf. Remember?
Yeah, it was October. Yeah, August. So
Yeah.
August it'd be 8 months now.
Yeah. So I haven't touched a drink, and the only thing, and I stopped soda then, and
Yeah.
at October time.
Yeah.
I did. I stopped while we were playing golf. So
yeah.
I stopped alcohol and I stopped drinking soda, and I cut out all caffeine and all energy drinks, and I've been strictly drinking water and natural juices with no added sugars.
That's badass.
And I've lost 27 pounds,
And I've gained it.
Dude, for real.
and my energy's back. Like
I've been
I'm
stress
hitting the
eating.
gym every day, Monday through Friday.
I've been stress eating because I have a lot of stuff going on: work, bathroom renovations, a leaky supply line in my ceiling in my basement. Everything under the sun, dude. Just shit just piles on. So you just like, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like a couple little waxy chocolate donuts in the morning really
Well,
get me going.
speaking of, we're gonna cut to a break real quick, and then we're gonna talk about some sponsors real quick.
Let's do it.
Sick.
You're listening to the Shedcast. Now back to your host, Harvey.
Let's get this party started. What? Sounds fun. Wear your helmets.
All right. Ooh, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. So, Hustle Drops is a great drop. It's natural. I'm not doing any. You want any? Because I don't want any.
I mean, we're already this far into the show. I would
some?
I would have rather done it at the beginning
Okay,
of the
cool.
show.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, if you don't mind, can I take that bottle with me tomorrow? Because we have a tournament in softball tomorrow.
Sure, you can take that bottle with you.
No.
I just do one of
Listen,
those
pass it around.
10:30 in the morning.
I want you guys to put an asterisk next to his name when he hits all the homers tomorrow because dude was on a PED.
Dude, I hit slow rollers at third base and laid them out. I don't hit no home runs.
Not
So-
till them hustle drops are in.
Hustle Drops is natural performance oil that you swallow, and it's just made with mint and some extract, and it's just all natural, all
And
good for you.
it's
Opens up your
super minty.
airways and helps you out, breathe, and perform better. Another one, we got our shirts made by Ambitiously Lazy. We have that on our website at www.theshedcastllc.com. You guys can go order your jerseys if you're into sports, like softball, football,
They do it all.
kickball, whatever you want. He'll get the shirt.
Your fantasy
He'll
football
get the
league.
jersey. He'll get
You
it
give
created
them
for
an
you.
idea, they run with it.
Yep. And it is fast shipping, and he doesn't send out until you approve everything. So go give him a follow over on Facebook. Like I said, click the link in our website and take you right there. And last but not least, over here in Gretna, we're in Gretna. So Rexius Nutrition in Gretna, they sponsor me as an ambassador in the Shedcast, and I like to talk about them because the great things that they do in the Gretna location. It's family oriented, it's family owned, and it's awesome. I mean, the best time this guy I love to death. From natural, my greens, all of our greens drinks that we get, my protein, my meals. I get all my post workouts, my pre workouts, my dietary supplements, my thermos that I take for weight loss, and you recently just got me on these meals that they have, these prep meals.
Yeah, I've seen.
And I'm sending you home with the Philly cheesesteak ones tonight.
All right, man, I'm gonna mess up. Let's go.
But I started doing the burrito bowls, and those things are fire.
I'm hungry over here too.
They're 29 grams of protein per meal, and it's absolutely amazing. It's totally good. And those ones are the best ones. But they have beef broccoli. They have buffalo chicken. They have burrito bowls. They have that one that I'm going to give you, the Philly cheesesteak. And then they have another one. It's like Tao's chicken or something. Like,
yeah, I'm messing with it. That sounds like everything I would.
It's all made. It's all freshly made, and then they just freeze it and then send it on the way. And they have a shelf life, of course, but if you want it, like, as soon as they put it on the shelf, you go and buy it. It's like you just saved it over the night. It's like, it's so good. But a couple sponsors that they want to stick around too.
You want to stick to your macros? That's the way to go.
It is. And then if before we get back into some topics, Hulu reached out to me. Streaming service. Hulu.
Shouts out.
So
Hulu has live sports.
it does. And the crazy thing is about Hulu is they sent me an email. And I'm just like, whatever. I think they're trying to get me on a Hulu program or something to do with Hulu. And so I thought it was spam, but I'm like, I clicked it anyways. I'm like, whatever. So basically, I just became a Hulu ad manager for the Shedcast. We literally can play video ads on Hulu during commercials of TV shows that they watch.
Cool.
Let's go.
Any show that you watch on Hulu, you'll officially see one of the commercials that I create for the Shedcast across your TV.
There you go.
And it's open, and it's not a targeted audience. It's open to 1.2 million people that stream on Hulu.
Sick, dude.
So that's something
Way to
pretty
go.
cool.
That's big news.
That was a big one. And then next week we have a special guest that's going to be talking to us about. His name is Benjamin Shear. He's going to be talking to us about mental health for men and how it's the unforsaken or unspoken for.
Next week or 2 weeks?
The 2 weeks. Sorry, next episode. He'll be live on. I don't know which platform we're going to use yet, but he'll be live with us. He's going to talk to us about mental health, PTSD, and just how mental health isn't a big thing for men to talk about or for anybody to talk about, and that's why suicide rate for men.
Yeah, a lot of men definitely have to carry a lot of the burden.
So
silently.
he's an expert in that, and he's going to talk about that with us, and that'd be pretty
Nice.
cool to dive into and talk with. So
Yeah, that sounds sick.
I'm excited for that. And a big shout out to big shout out to Brian over at podcastguest.com. If you're a podcast host and you're looking for a podcast guest, go to podcastguest.com. They send you a list of people that are willing to be podcast guests. They're all professionals, anywhere from people in pop culture, NFL, movies, comedy, live casters, or people with doctrines, and people who specialize in certain topics that will help you basically get your podcast up and running.
The viewership, it's always nice to have a sick expert.
It is, and there's people. I mean, it's there's a lot of experts in weird stuff. Like there's constructions and contracting experts. Like there's like this one is a mother that shares her experience of thriving through an unexpected, unimaginable tragedy.
Yeah.
So they touch on everything. It's pretty crazy. There's one guy that talks about saving money and self-control of your credit and self-finance and financial security.
It's got the whole works on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you could definitely pick out all kinds of different topics that a lot of people could utilize. Like,
Right.
how many of us couldn't learn how to be better with money?
yeah, and there's also ones that talk about for when you're online, how you need to help protect yourself from online predators. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty little thing that I dived into and to get some guests on the podcast. And
That's sick. That's a sweet. That guy came up with a great idea.
yeah,
He's a guest broker. He's broken guests for podcasts.
It's pretty impressive. So
Are we waiting for Tello to announce the other one, or
which one?
the one you sent us?
What's that one?
The I don't want to say it over live if you don't want us to.
I don't know.
Text him.
I'm about to.
Secrecy.
We also made YouTube partner.
That's the one. I don't want to say it over live. I wanted you to.
Yeah, we made YouTube partner last week. So if anybody knows, to make YouTube partner, you actually have to stream. You have to have your videos viewed for 4,000 hours.
That's crazy.
So that means people were watching your shit
Watch
for
our
4,000 hours, and actually crushed it. I think I last checked it was 5,300 and something hours streamed. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, way to go, man.
And then we just rolled over 20,000 on TikTok, which was pretty sweet. And in the last 5 days, with a combined of 4 videos, we have a combined total views of 2.5 million views.
Holy cow, man, that's a ton.
Yeah.
You're telling us.
That was,
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting. So, get out there, post your videos, you guys. It's crazy. You never know who's watching and who finds you to be entertaining.
That's Gary V, man. He always says, just put content out there, and the right people that want to watch it, the people you connect with, will find it. You know,
We'll
what I
find
mean?
it every time.
Can't wait for perfection.
I post some stupid shit, and I'm gonna tell you that there's some stupid ass people that
Stupid
like
ass-
my shit, and I love it.
Well, I think for people who aren't in here, who aren't in the Shedcast studio,
yeah,
watching you do this is impressive. I think that you're super talented, and
I appreciate it.
watching you utilize all this technology and stuff. I mean, it's pretty crazy to watch.
I'm pretty crazy. I mean, I feel crazy enough that I'm blasting up to 4 different streaming
Platforms right
devices.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy that you have technology to be able to do that.
the production value, zero editing. A lot of stuff you're doing is no editing. We're just
Yeah.
out here talking. We're just people having a conversation
Yep.
and watching you set it up and run your promos and do all that. You kill it. So I mean,
appreciate it. It's fun.
100%.
when
It's
people
fun.
are watching, I like people know, hey, he's literally just doing it on the fly. He's like,
That's the same way as I did in radio. And I still do in radio. So I still
Yeah.
do radio with my little setup over there. But I still do radio. You can catch me at Wild 95 on Autoless app. That's pretty fun, by the way. I'm a country guy. I'm on a country station.
Killing
It's crazy
Killing it.
weird for me, but
yeehaw.
it's fun. It's fun. I don't listen to it myself. I don't listen to the music. As soon as I do it,
I love it,
turn
dude.
the
You guys
music
know
off,
me.
so
I love that country music, man. I'm out
I
here.
listen to it all.
I can listen to it. I just not for long.
I'm
So,
putting those boots on. I'm pulling them up tall.
I like it. It's whatever.
I'll go from listening straight up death metal, New York hardcore to riding down the road. Listen to Tyler Childers, man.
Okay, I can get with Tyler Childers.
I'll John Party. I'll put them all out there. I don't care.
We see John Party here.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, I
have a
got
good
tickets
time.
for Sarah for John Party.
It's gonna be
And I
fun, man.
think
That's a time.
I think it's August.
Guys got some hits.
I'm going to. God, what's his name now? Thomas Rhett next month.
There you go.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a great show.
Babe got me tickets to that. Super sweet.
I go somewhere next Friday.
Where's that?
What's next Friday?
What's next Friday?
SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Lincoln.
that. Oh man.
No, it's crazy because
Yeah, like front row tickets.
Yeah, right on the
motherfucker.
ramp.
I got
the ramp?
ramp front row.
Right.
We're hanging our arms over the ramp. We're gonna get some people.
We're gonna
I remember
slap a
watching-
sweaty
yeah,
wrestler.
We are. I told Zan I'm gonna throw him up there. He's gonna slap Roman Reigns across
Is
the
it-
back.
Who's all going? You, Zan?
Just me and Zane.
That's awesome.
They were expensive tickets for.
I bet.
He'll
I
never
was
forget
looking.
it. He'll
I was
never
looking.
forget
I was
it,
like,
man.
yeah, he
He
will.
won't.
Yeah.
You gotta do that stuff with your kids, man.
'Cause
Just
I'm like,
forget it.
I mean, I think more for myself. I wanted to be front row,
I'm sure.
but I'm like, because I never because they're really good. WWE and the whole network, they're really good about giving back to veterans, and I could literally just show up to any show
And get tickets.
and go to the box office at will call and say, "Hey, I'm a veteran. Here's my ID," and they hand you however many tickets you need
Whoa.
every time
Whoa.
until they're sold out. Like they set a certain amount aside
For
for
veterans.
veterans
That's
only.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
Man, WWE killing it. Big deal last
It's
week
not,
too.
and it's not just WWE either. Like
No, there's a lot of other places
concerts
too.
do
Yeah.
it.
That's
'cause
cool.
That's how Rita's gotten us into some.
VetTix is
Yep.
really good.
She uses that a lot.
Yep.
WWE and UFC had a big deal this week.
Merger.
Big merge,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's gonna bring in a lot of money
It's gonna bring a lot of money, but I feel like
with Vince McMahon and his porn stash.
yeah, he looked
Oh,
like
man.
He looks like an
Uh,
old 80s.
he looked like the dad
80s
from
wrestler.
the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez.
But that's what they used to look like back in the day in wrestling.
Right.
Know Like that was like that look. I think that, I don't know
Vince
what
McMahon's a badass dude.
he has some money.
He's all about the
For
money,
sure.
and he's about to make a shit ton.
When you got a company that you built from basically nothing to be worth it was a
9.3 billion.
$9.3
Yeah.
billion.
It showed him what it started with. He bought it for.
He bought it for $1 million from his dad.
Yeah, 1 million.
So that's
Crazy.
that's a pretty grassroots setup.
There's a lot of people. I mean, Triple H. I mean, he plays a lot. He plays.
Yeah,
a
he
big,
plays a big role in the
production
creativity.
stuff. Yeah.
He's in the family, right? Like that's
Yeah.
a real deal. He's for really in the family.
Yeah, he's married
Yeah,
to
he's
his daughter.
really
Yeah, that's
married,
right.
yeah.
I was making sure. I didn't, you
Sorry,
never know.
WWE nerds over here.
It wasn't. When it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was really part of the show, and then they actually
Pushed it
had
in
a
there,
re-
yeah.
they had a
'Cause he was-
relationship.
Triple H was with somebody at the time, and
He was a. I think he.
started
I'm
banging
pretty
the
sure
boss's daughter.
he was
Sick.
with China. Like that was a
Yeah,
real thing
yeah.
with China.
Oh,
China.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a real. That was a real situation there.
Started banging the boss's daughter. Now you got a job for life.
But it was cool because I watched WrestleMania 39.
Yep, I watched day one over at my buddy Chris Payne's house.
I watched
we
both
geeked out a
days,
little
and
bit.
I was really pissed because Roman Reigns won. And
I was super pissed.
That was the worst ending I've ever seen. But it was cool to see Sami Zayn and
Kevin Owens.
win the championships, both championships. So
Yeah.
that was freaking sweet. And then Brock Lesnar and then they have a heel turner on Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania,
And then announced a merger
yeah.
of UFC.
Sick.
Wonder why.
So
Yep.
Brock Lesnar pretty much just destroyed Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring that he was supposed to be a tag partner with to take on Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
and then just destroyed him, left him just whatever, and that was it. Like that was it.
Bummer.
Yeah. And then they announced that next day.
And
as
they
the merger.
announced the merger the next day.
Brock Lesnar really makes a good bad guy.
His new like character that he's
His
become
little redneck,
badass.
Yeah, with the flannel and
weird,
stuff.
I
yeah, weird
love
ponytail
it.
and everything. Yeah.
because this is the most you have ever heard Lesnar talk.
Talk.
It's probably the
Ever.
real Lesnar though, because I think
is.
that's how he is.
100%.
He's like
They yeah, they gave him like free reign to
just
do.
It's
be a
him.
redneck, right?
It's
Like,
him.
that's your
He's-
style.
He owns farms in South Dakota.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
just chilling.
Yeah, he's mad
And
as
he
hell.
he used to have Paul Heyman do all of his talking.
Yeah,
which
but that's what I'm
Roman
saying. He-
Reigns does now.
That's
Yeah,
his
but
that's his
he
valet,
never-
manager, whatever. You
But
wanna
Roman
call it.
Reigns still talks. You
Yeah,
never,
you
Roman
never heard
Reigns
Brock
has-
back in the day.
never. He would never say a word. He just stood there.
Roman Reigns has to talk. He has that bloodline of some of the best promo cuts out
Super
there.
pissed he won.
I was really excited to see if like The Rock was coming back just to take over the bloodline for a little bit.
Just to rock bottom Roman Reigns.
Yeah, something. But he's all like, "Oh, proud of you," and I'm just like, whatever.
Dude,
Whatever.
I don't want The Rock to be mad at me because I think he's a great guy. But Rock, I've seen a lot of you lately. I'm just letting you know I've seen a lot of you. I'm glad you're doing well, but I could go a little bit without seeing you for a little bit.
I can go a little
He's
bit
in
without seeing
everything.
all
He's
these
in
Fast and
everything,
He's
man.
Furious
in
movies.
movies. He has his TV show.
He's killing it, man. I'm not mad at
his,
him, dude.
His energy drink. Have you guys tried it? I know you said
Zoa,
you're off.
never.
Of that. I have never tried it.
I drink
And then he-
Monsters.
Yeah,
Can we get a
White
Monster?
Monsters.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then he's like part owner of the XFL now.
Yeah,
Yeah, smart.
The XFL is the part that's been bothering me the most. This guy is one of the most successful people. He was the highest paid actor in Hollywood in all of movie production last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was whatever, and he walks around his XFL 54 jersey. Oh, I'm the 54th man on a 53 roster. Oh, I'm this. Like, it's like his humility, trying to be humble, whatever. It's like,
Right.
you own the whole company, dude. Like, you got cut from playing football. Sorry, bro. You weren't pro material.
You had Miami days,
The
and that was
best
it.
thing that ever happened to you was you getting cut from the NFL.
100%.
From you not doing it. Because if you would have made the NFL, you would have had a 3-year career,
He
flash
wouldn't-
in the
He
pan.
would be who he is now.
He wouldn't be who he is now. Like,
100%.
man.
WWE formed him into an actor.
And he loves that whole, yeah, well, I'm just out here. I'm just the 54th guy. And it's like, bro, come on. Come on, man. Like,
you ain't shit.
Did you ever watch his show he had on HBO called Ballers?
I loved it.
It was great.
It's one of the best HBO shows ever.
I don't know
think I
why
wa-
they canceled it, but it was amazing.
I think
think
it
I
just
watched that.
ended.
It ended with him buying the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
How do you end a series on that?
The whole thing was just Spencer Strasmore trying to make his way to the top.
Yeah.
It's great.
Speaking of Kansas City,
Hated
sucks. I hate the Chiefs.
You hate the Chiefs.
Yes.
Super
I know.
salty Bronco fan over
I
here.
can tell. I can tell.
It's okay though, because John Elway went out the door, so we're in good hands now. We're all in good hands by Walmart.
Man.
It's going to be another rebuild year with Russell Wilson.
No, I think they might be all right this year. They're a lot better than what they were last year, and they also did some pretty nice, sweet improvements to the stadium too, which is.
I mean,
pretty
you
cool.
gotta make people want to come and sit in your stadium to watch a losing game.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think Denver could literally not win a single game, and the fans would still pour in there.
I think what
Every time.
Denver should do is they should get Chick-fil-A to serve on Sunday, and they'd be the only place in the United States where Chick-fil-A would serve on Sunday. Then everyone show up anyway, just for Chick-fil-A.
Just for Chick-fil-A.
Atlanta Falcons have Chick-fil-A in their stadium, and it's
Doesn't
closed
serve on
Sundays.
Sunday. Doesn't serve on Sunday.
Isn't that crazy?
You better show up and grab someone. You're watching that Georgia game.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so terrible.
Yeah,
That
When
would
they
piss
announced
me
it, I
off.
was like, they play on Sundays, have 1 or 2 Thursday night, Monday night games out the year.
Are you
but
sure? Do you think they really don't have it?
They're
open?
it's
they're
not
closed
open.
on Sunday.
Chick-fil-A
They had
is
they had the
100% closed
bowl
on Sunday.
game in the Georgia Dome
Yeah.
that was on a Sunday night.
Closed.
Closed.
Do
I love it.
you know how funny it would have been if it would have been the Chick-fil-A bowl?
Oh man, even better. Even better. Put the Chick-fil-A bowl on Saturday so we can all get Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Sorry, bros. That Popeye's chicken sandwich,
It's way better.
far better.
Far better.
I haven't had it yet.
Oh gosh, you're missing out.
100%.
It's not going anywhere, but you're missing out.
I'm sure it's not going anywhere. I just want KFC to bring back their sliders. Or not their sliders, their Twister wrap.
The Twister was crazy. What was the other little one they had? The little tiny sandwich, the
What is it called, like a
Snacker.
snacker?
The
Yeah, a
snacker.
snacker.
The buffalo
Motherfucking
snacker.
delicious.
Oh my god,
That's
my
the
mouth
best.
water.
That's the
for
best
that.
thing the Colonel ever made.
I'm about to go to Popeyes after this, though. For real.
I'm happy for you to do it, man. I just ate vegetarian pizza. It was awesome.
I had a healthy dinner, so I didn't have pizza.
You did a great job.
Wish I had pizza though, because that's my favorite. But before we go, I wanted to talk real quick. They had for all my other people out there, my nuclear fans, World War III happening. They usually in the United States. Okay, this is the topic that I've been reading about. Usually in the United States, they have 1 to 2 nuclear patrol planes that fly around, right?
Okay.
And they never send out any more than 2. It's always just 2, or it's usually just 1.
This is all new to me, so I'm interested.
Okay. So basically, the job of these planes, or one plane, is they have this line inside the plane, kind of like a fishing rod, right? Or a fishing reel. And they let out this anywhere from 5-mile to 10-mile wire that just hangs out the back of the plane. And they do it in a closed airspace, so no other planes can go around where they're circling at. And it's usually on the west or east coast. They drop this line all the way down, and then they do really tight turns to where this cable goes straight down instead of flies behind. It goes straight down, and then that cable is used to communicate with the nuclear submarines in the water.
Okay.
So, just the other day, we had 4 nuclear planes flying around communicating with nuclear subs on the west, east, south, and I think it was like northern eastern coast, like
North Atlantic.
yeah, near like Maine and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and they were doing their tight turns, and you can see it on the pattern because you can go that tracker,
Right.
right, that plane tracker, and track what they're doing. And this guy was talking about it. He's like, yeah, they're it's called flight radar 24 or flight radar 24. Gosh, damn. So
Talking's hard.
So looking at these, and so the guy said there's a place in Maine that's off of Bar Harbor. They have the same exact one, but they're land based. And so pretty much the whole point of these planes to go up in the air is if our land based ones, if a nuclear attack happens and it wipes out our land base, we can have planes in the sky that can still communicate nuclear
subs.
informations to the subs.
Okay.
So this guy said that these planes are out here circling, and it's very, very unusual to see that happen with 4 of them. He said it's already strange when you see 2 up. It's like, okay, something's like, what are they doing? And then he said he's seen 3, and then all of a sudden 4. And as he's talking about it live on his TikTok, all of a sudden 2 drop off the map. Like they just
disappeared.
They were in the middle of flight, and then they just like disappeared off the radar. So he's like, I don't know. He's like, that was a little sketchy,
Went
but
covert. We shut it down.
but yeah,
They're talking about us. Get out of there.
just watching it, it was kind of crazy. So I just figured I'd let you guys know that was absolutely insane.
I'm just wondering if all of this is manufactured. 100% pure panic. Just trying to get people to panic. Because
So to boom the dollar back.
I don't even know if it's about boom the dollar back. I think it's about, I don't know. I can't say one way or the other what the purpose of it is. I think they're trying to destroy the dollar.
The dollar's been destroyed a long time ago.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to think about like you had like
The only thing keeping it alive was the oil.
1933, FDR just takes all the gold.
Yeah.
Nixon
shut that down, though, didn't he?
Nixon gets rid of the gold standard. Now we have fiat currency or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, debt backed by debt.
Yep.
And then now you're having this. Everyone's talking about inflation. Everybody's talking about like everything's talking about the dollar losing its position as the reserve currency for the world.
The overall running of the world currency, like that was the top dog.
Yeah, but like, how many other countries don't have the reserve currency? All other countries.
Yeah.
Are their economies smashed?
No.
Because they're not getting traded in? And as the largest consumer in the world, the United States, we consume more than anybody. I think it's only right that you buy things with our money.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're trying to move to like some sort of global digital currency to where there's no exchange rate, but you can't have anything backed by, like, let's say backed by gold, because it takes too much trust. You have to trust that the gold's actually there. We're living off trust. And who can you trust? Let's say that you move to...
Not the government.
Let's say that you move to using the Chinese yuan as the reserve currency. What comes out of China that anyone believes? Their GDP numbers? Their GDP numbers have been proved for years to be fake. They build massive cities that nobody lives in so they can have housing increase numbers, and they're empty cities. They're completely empty. Dude, Vice was reporting on this.
I watched that.
A lot of people, and this is all just to prop up their GDP numbers. And if you want to cause a recession, all you have to do is a drop in your GDP over 2 quarters, right?
Yep.
What would drop that? What are the factors that cause GDP to drop? Well, one of them is home building, right? So more homes you're building, your GDP goes up. We had this position for a while where it was hard to get plywood, lumber, things like that. Not just after the vid, but like further on, the prices stayed increased higher than what inflation is. Well, if you can't afford to build a house, then you won't build a house.
Yep.
So everyone can't afford to build a house, so they go and buy all these houses. Well, new home sales, all this stuff. That's part of your GDP. Oh, well, shit. Everyone keeps buying houses. It's a boom. You know this.
Yep.
Tyler knows this better than anybody.
Yep.
Has a wife who's a realtor. You ever need anything done? Sold by Sarah. Sold by Sarah. Shouts out.
Sarah Harvey Realty.
Sarah Harvey. Check her out. If you want the fastest sale, let's go. You start saying, well, we're going to increase the rate.
Yep.
But I'm not a economist, but I'm pretty sure that the Fed rate isn't tied at all to the housing rate, the mortgage rate. The mortgage rate is literally self-contained. They can set it. They can set it themselves.
Whatever the hell they want.
They just make it follow and match and run this like path along the Fed rate, but it doesn't have to. But okay, well now too many people are buying houses. Let's increase the rates. Now the people aren't going to get loans. They're not going to do this.
But still, people are buying houses. Still, people are getting the loans.
Yeah,
it's not stopping anybody.
And everyone here who goes to Costco or Sam's Club, wherever. Okay. Are you still parking in the back of the parking lot?
Hell no, I hit front row, bro.
I'm talking about when you're driving by. Is there not full of cars?
Yeah, every time.
Everywhere you go, full of cars.
Yep.
Cheesecake Factory on a Saturday night, a Tuesday night, a Thursday night, full of cars.
Full of cars.
You can't go through and see a Chick-fil-A drive-through any day but Sunday, not have 17 cars in it.
Yeah, not being packed to the walls.
Remember when we had a recession, 2007, and they had to have the stimulus package? They were trying to get people to spend money because that's how they bring the economy back.
Yep.
Who in this room stopped spending money?
Not me.
I spend more money than ever.
Yeah.
You guys are all spending more money. I guarantee it.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
All right.
So where's this problem? Where's the problem? Aside from the inflation, aside from giving away a ton of money to a lot of people, aside from raising the debt ceiling over and over and over, aside from having $33 trillion in deficit, where we've seen this deficit grow since 2003, it was 11 trillion. 2013, it was 16 trillion. 2023, it's 33 trillion. Mm-hmm. So our inflation technically should be what, like everything should cost 3 times as much as it did in 2003?
At least, or 4 times.
I mean, isn't that pretty close where it is?
Yeah. I mean, it's eggs are super expensive now. I can't even believe that.
And that's a whole nother mess, dude.
$6.
That's a whole nother mess. The egg thing, because the egg thing was like
If it's all produce, that's all
the
gone up.
producers of eggs, and I'm not sure. Again, like everyone just fact check me, because like we end up talking about this stuff. The producers of eggs was saying that the distributors didn't want to pay them more money, but they're paying more money for feed because the price of grain and what they're feeding chickens costs more.
Gone up.
Yep.
They wanted to continue buying eggs at the same price. So the story goes that possibly some of these fires at some of these egg manufacturing facilities were because it's better to have a burned down egg facility than have the cheap sale.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's some mob shit, but
Hey, I said the same thing when it started going up in flames. I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh, just like the formula factories for the
There
babies.
was one after another.
yeah, it's like why because it's worth more money burned down than it's worth selling the eggs to the distributors who are now we're selling you your eggs at a crazy high price anyway, saying it was for the feed, but they weren't giving it back to the guys the farmers who were growing eggs. Yeah, you know. Same with wheat. Like all the wheat is sold. Like these farmers are growing wheat and they're selling all that wheat. And what happens when we're not trading with China anymore and a lot of our wheat goes to China? You know, but that's why you start seeing BRICS happen. Brazil and China are in bed. Brazil grows a ton of wheat. You think that when they can't get wheat from America because there's some sort of, you know, thing that's happening, they're going to buy from Brazil probably. I'm just saying.
And so that's the thing is I was telling people about because everything from the south, so because Mexico is now involved with Russia about
The BRICS, yeah.
all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? So pretty much if something happens, Russia's going to have Mexico's back and Mexico's going to have Russia's back. So what better way than to allow, because we always say no one can ever touch foot on our soil. Like they're just not going to have a chance, right? You remember when those balloons were a big issue not too long ago?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so back in the day when Japan was running the air balloons or they had the balloons with bombs on them, they were meant to drop them on certain areas, locations in the United States. Did the same thing. So those balloons that China sent followed the same exact route that the same exact route that Japan had when Japan launched those balloons over the United States. Okay, they come up, they come through Alaska, they come through Canada, they come right down, right? So the crazy thing is that China went and did the same thing and went to the same route. That's a route that specifically, like the United States said that we could get invaded on those exact routes and never know that people were in our country that way.
Yeah.
So, what better way than to
Send the balloons.
get teams with Mexico, okay, and then all Russia has to do is come through Alaska, you know what I'm saying, or go through Canada, whatever they need to do. You could literally meet themselves and just like literally have
Better
war
not, dude.
on the United States
I
soil.
think those dudes in Montana are bad to the bone.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
I wouldn't mess with a Montana guy. I don't know why. I've been watching too much Yellowstone. I'm not
Well, I was
fucking with Montana.
But watching part of it, I was like, okay, that's pretty trippy to think about. Like, okay, that makes sense, right? I mean, those are
How long are they going to get there? Bring it. I mean, how long are they going to get in there?
Right.
How long are they going to be there? I want to explain this to the world in case anybody out there doesn't actually know what 300 million guns looks like.
Yeah. Well,
It's a lot.
that's the guy from Saudi Arabia was like, listen, if anybody wants to step foot on American soil, he's like, they would have to go through that exact route, and that's how they're going to get foot on soil. But he said, don't expect to survive long. He said, you got to understand, the United States allows their people to own weapons. He says, nearly every household has a weapon in the United States.
Yeah,
Nearly.
you want to come through, maybe pick like an easier route where there's a whole state of people that hate guns. That might be a way to go.
Yeah,
I don't-
there is a state. Was it New York?
Maybe New York. I think New York's government hates guns. I think the New Yorkers themselves probably have a couple pieces hidden up. You know
Chicago's
what I'm saying?
government hates guns too.
Yeah, but the rest of Illinois has got guns, so you're all
Yeah.
right.
Oh, you didn't go through Canada.
Canada doesn't have guns, right?
Like
Like shotguns.
Not supposed to. And
I
pistols
think you can have
either.
short barrel shotguns in Canada, which is cool.
You can't have pistols.
Yeah, you can't have pistols.
A whole new thing that their president's doing.
I forgot about that. You guys, you can have pistols in America in case anybody out there forgot.
Dual
There
action.
was some state that
Akimbo.
there was some state that just the governor signed a law that he's allowing his citizens in his state to carry without a license or going through any type of training.
Is that Florida, right?
Was it Florida?
Kiss-
Constitutional carry.
Yeah.
Technically, like, if there's no state law for carry, you can carry all you want.
Right.
But the states put their laws. They follow federal guidelines, but then they're over their own state law. So
There's a lot of constitutional carry states.
for Mississippi is one of them. For Nebraska, though, like I got my concealed carry and my enhanced carry because it's an open carry state in Mississippi. But I got my concealed carry and my enhanced carry. So my enhanced carries allow me to carry guns inside schools, hospitals, and police stations. Or any other postage that says no guns allowed, I'm allowed to carry it. So I was like, all right, cool. I got all that military because that's what they give.
Right.
Military, they said, hey, sign this paper. You still get all your fingerprints, and they do the FBI stuff, and they send you on your way. A week later, it said, here's your license. They sent it to me. They got it in the mail, and I got to go pick out my gun. The great thing about Mississippi is they have it's a tax-free day just to buy weapons. So they literally, no taxes on any weapons you want to purchase. You'll pay a single thing of tax, which is
Sick.
a great
Going
day.
to Mississippi.
And you can literally go to Mississippi, purchase your gun, and bring it right back. You could be
Nice.
on travel as long as it's taken apart and whatever. It's not loaded, not nothing. You're fine to carry across lines. So, and if you have a carry for Nebraska, then you can definitely do it because Mississippi, all the states traveling from Mississippi, so I can travel with my Mississippi gun and license all through up until I get to Nebraska. Once I hit Nebraska, then I am illegally carrying. So, because Nebraska doesn't recognize any other state but their own, but every other state recognizes Nebraska. So Nebraska states or as a state, they're really, really strict on their weapon policy and their training. And I still yet have got my concealed carry. Just the fact that the lady that I asked, I said, hey, what do I need to do? I know this, this, and this. And she's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever training you went through, you can be military or not. She's like, we train you. I was like, so you're going to have some average Joe that's going to train me on how to shoot a weapon that I could probably outshoot him several times and walk circles around. And probably do it blindfolded. You know, you're going to tell me that I have to listen to exactly what he says. I have to sit here through 8 hours and write this test and then go through the course. She's like, yes. There's no way to test out of it. Like I can't do nothing. Nope. So I can't just do the written and then just go on my way. Nope.
Well,
so
that's good.
unless you know some friends, then you're good. You can
Our
get
instructor was a great shot, so I couldn't outshoot him. So
yeah, but there's some of them like
dude was a
there's-
crack shot, man.
there are some people out there that are teaching these classes that I'm like, no.
You live really close to a world-class facility.
I do. There's some
Yeah,
people
it's
that
right
are
down
not
the road.
Yep.
world class shooters in there either.
There's if you want to get trained by the guys that work there, you could learn a lot about how to shoot a weapon.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's one great place over there. I don't need to say their name because they're not.
Yeah,
helping
you
me
ain't
out.
paying for it.
You ain't helping me
Yeah.
out. But there's other places. The military did me well. I learned a lot. I got to shoot a lot. So a lot of big guns. I wish I would have been able to keep. Would have been cool.
Yeah, when
AT4 would have been really sweet to have.
I just,
Saying.
I don't know. My whole thing was I'm just wondering how real some of this stuff is. Like if it's even real or if it's just straight up drama, news drama, going crazy. They want to cause a ton of
A
turmoil.
panic.
They
I
want
don't
people
know.
to
I
be
mean,
panicked.
Trump being arrested was a big something to pull your heads away from.
134 years or something. That was
That he's
potential.
facing, yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
some crazy stuff.
But Hillary and Biden do what they want. Joe Biden's kid laptop just magically disappears, and I tried to explain that to Sarah. You know, I was like, it just FBI goes, I don't know where his laptop went. Whatever.
Dang.
So that's all. I don't want to get into that, but that could go on for an hour.
It's pretty polarizing. People get mad about it, but I think that there's corruption at every level.
There's so much, and that's just the government, and we just got to get over the fact that it's never going to go away. And that we just got to accept these aliens that are coming to the United States and the world and just accept them with open arms. Sorry that some of us believers, okay, that believe in
You
aliens.
don't believe in aliens?
He's
no,
looking at me. No,
I don't
yeah.
know. No, he does. I don't know. I think Tello was the last
I
one.
think
that said,
Tello.
he said he's on the edge about it.
You know I am.
Oh, I am 100%.
Scared to death of aliens.
Yes, but I'm not.
Come
But I-
down and probe you.
I'm not even worried about getting probed, dude.
He believes in them, but he's
I'm
scared to death of
100%,
them.
yeah.
But I would love them to come visit and be like, "What's up? I want to see a real life alien."
I'll have to get my brother in here on a show one time,
Ugh.
and he can tell you his experience with an alien.
He's seen an alien.
I've never,
Dude, I believe him, man.
I've never seen one, but I swear I've seen a spaceship in Indiana. I mean, I'm telling you 100%. My mom's like, no, it was a helicopter with a spotlight. I'm like, nah, Trick, that was not a helicopter and a spotlight.
Dude,
I know what I've seen.
I don't know
A
what.
spinning object with a light shining down on the animals in the field, and that thing went, as soon as I went, Mom, it went, it was gone.
I'm saying that I don't know if there's an experience in my life that made me so afraid of aliens. But I know that, like, I would, if an alien popped out, I would freeze out of fear. I wouldn't be able to do a thing.
I would lose all bodily fluids.
I would not even know what to do. I'm just like, oh shit, there it is. That's the end of my
This
life.
is the moment. This is
He's-
how it ends.
He's gonna steal my body and he's gonna like roam around and pretend.
You're gonna be like that dude on Men in Black with his skin's hanging.
That'd be me, man. Maybe it's Men in Black. Maybe that's what scares me. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know. I mean, it's all. It is scary to think about. I mean, you know, you gotta. It's a real thing. So I don't think it's not. I mean, they're out there, just waiting for them.
There's a big universe out there. We're definitely not alone. But
You guys see that they announced the next 4 astronauts that are going to the moon now?
Yeah, I seen that.
they got to redo it because we've been talking shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we did it because Buzz is out here shitbagging the moon. He's like, we
Yes.
never went. That you never saw it.
Yeah.
Now they're like, well, no, we're going to go back and show you that we've been there.
Okay. We'll see if that flag's still there.
Oh man, I don't know. How do we even know? We talked about that last time, but yeah.
Apparently, it's still there.
Well, I'm sure it's still there. I think you can zoom in on with a telescope.
Yeah, it's over in the California filming studio. It's like
Where it's in.
sitting in
Wait,
the
is
studio.
do they still have a gentle breeze on it?
You know, so I was something before we go. I was touching base on something because I was reading Hardcore after we ended the show last time. I wanted to check into it, and they were talking about the facility where they house it, and it was all filmed inside of this base. And they said this guy's father was talking about it when he got home. Like, hey, you know, they literally filmed like on his death. It was on his deathbed. They talked about how they literally filmed the moonwalking, and they brought in all this dirt and all this gravel. They brought it into this big, huge silo, and he's like, they literally filmed this
The
shit
moon
going
landing.
on, and then they said, and after they done filmed, they cleaned everything up, and it was like it was never there.
That's sweet.
And then the guy, he said that's what he told him on his deathbed, and he said the next day his dad died.
That's what the dude from the Red Hot Chili Peppers said.
That's crazy.
I heard that song.
Crazy.
So you believe in aliens, but not the moon landing?
Me?
Harvey. Yeah.
No, I believe in aliens, and I believe we did not go to the moon.
You don't
Yes.
believe that we went to the moon?
Fuck no.
Sick.
Do
Me
you
neither.
believe?
Fuck no.
You don't believe?
No.
You think we went to the moon?
How can y'all believe in aliens but not believe they went to the moon?
How do you? Why would we have gone to the moon that long ago, and then we haven't touched?
I agree
fucking
with
the
that
moon
part.
now?
Yeah, we haven't gone
how-
back.
How do they transmit perfect
Yeah.
video
from
Yes.
the moon?
from
Yeah.
that long
How
ago?
My
do you
cell
have-
phone drop service right outside your door?
That's right. How do you have to have a local news truck with a 70-foot tall boom to go 6 blocks to their news station to do a live broadcast? But you can go whatever. How someone tell me how far it is to the moon?
It's
26,000 miles or something?
something.
I have no idea. I just made that number up, so hopefully I'm right.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
We're 26,000 miles away, and in 1969 we can broadcast.
You can
It's-
hear him clear as day.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think as soon as you say asking the distance from Earth, I think of the sun from The Office. Goes, no one gives a damn about the distance from the sun.
Dang.
It's 238,000 miles away.
238,000 miles. That's a long ways.
That is a long ways. The sun's 92.96 million miles away.
92.96 million miles away.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Everything else is like millions of miles away from us. That's cool. I
That
like
is cool. It's far away.
It is far away.
It's crazy to me that something could be millions of miles away
Right.
and you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
It's messed up.
It is messed up. Well, it was a great time talking to you guys about the moon.
Glad to be back.
It's fun.
About everything. We touched topics about transgender equality in sports.
I'll be mad.
The
Sorry, everybody.
Bud Light boycott from old
My name is
old
Keith.
Kid Rock, American Badass.
I think a lot of people aren't drinking Bud Light right now.
I don't. I'm
I
not.
never started.
Never. No, I just don't enjoy it. But
I like a social drinker.
to take
Well, yeah, I'm, like I'm not one that needs to have a beer or something every night. Like when I'm out with my buddies, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. And
You're getting in that blue moon.
no, but not the blue moon.
That would be perfect for you, man. Every once in every blue moon, man. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
I do like Blue Moons though. Blue Moon was good. That was good.
I just, yeah.
And at the same
We
cans
had
of
baseball. shit
Bud
like
Light and
baseball.
Bush Light in my fridge for like the last 4 months.
Those new moons are pretty good when I was drinking at that time. I drink New Moon, like
Okay.
the vodka seltzers.
Oh yeah,
It
I
was
tried one of those the other day. Those weren't bad.
Sarah's really big on the peach one right now, but I was drinking like the grapefruit. That was really good.
I don't know which one I had. I got it handed to, or mine was the Sunny D
Oh,
seltzer vodka one.
is that good?
It wasn't bad.
Some people said it tastes like shit,
It's not like I'm gonna drop like, let me get one of those.
but it doesn't taste like a Sunny D.
No,
No,
but you
it
can't
just-
taste the vodka or whatever
Yeah,
that's
it
in it
does.
either. So
Sunny D's not good.
Well, before we go, just so you guys know, if anybody out there that drinks, pretty much, what is that shot? Oh, Fireball is not alcohol. Goodbye.
You're listening to the Shedcast. Now back to your house. It's not over yet. I said it's not over yet. Catch up on all the latest episodes just by saying, "Hey Alexa, play the Shedcast," or find us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at the Shedcast LLC. From all of us at the Shedcast, thank you for listening.